All right, TP fans. So once again, we have a very special guest with us here today. We have the beautiful Kalani Luana. Hello, Kalani.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. First off, thank you for coming here on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Of
Um,
course.
so we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. So first off, I do want to mention that you recently shot for us, and your scene was dropped at the site. I think last Friday, and everyone is loving it.
Okay. Yay.
So, and I think you already did another shoot, right, for TP?
I have another one coming up this weekend.
Okay, and I think you shot one more, right? Or is that still
No, I was supposed to, but the producer got sick, so they were speaking about rescheduling.
okay? Well, anyways, you have about two more shoots in
Yes.
the future. All right. So we're excited about that one. Have you shot with Connor before? Connor Cox?
No, I have not. I'm super excited to do so. That's who I'm shooting with this weekend.
Awesome. Yeah, he's a great guy. I'm sure you're going to be well taken care of and you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yay. Looking forward to it.
So other than that, how's your day going? How's your Friday night?
Whew. My day has been busy. I put off packing my bag until the morning since I don't fly out until the afternoon tomorrow. I had to get my nails done. I had to get my lashes done. My wax, keep the kitty cat bald.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what else do I have to do? I did a phone interview about an hour and a half ago to enter into the pageant for Miss New Jersey.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, I get to hear if I was accepted tomorrow.
All right, well, keep us posted and we're rooting for you.
Yes, yes. So busy day. I've been running around for the past 3 days and we'll be running around for the next three.
So are you still in LA at the moment?
No, so I live in New Jersey actually.
Oh, the East Coast. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So I do want to ask, and I noticed a very cool picture on Instagram the other day. You're a Raiders fan, right?
I am.
And whatever got you into the Raiders if you're from the East Coast? I'm just
I'm
curious.
from the Bay Area, but I live in New Jersey.
Are you? Wow, very interesting because I'm actually here in the Bay Area right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the East Bay.
Nice. Oh, what part? Oh, never
Uh,
mind. Sorry.
for argument's sake, I'm on. Let's just say uh, yeah, I don't know if we should really talk tell
No.
everyone, but yeah, I wasn't sure if you were from LA or I was just really curious when I saw that you're a Raiders fan. So that's really cool. Um,
So I'm
have
from
you
the Bay.
okay? Have you gone to like the Coliseum back in the days?
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, Raider games are something else, right?
They're very intense. Battle of the Bay is the most intense game of any NFL season you will ever come across.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure.
Raiders versus Niners. It's always a bloodbath.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was like 7, 8 years. There was a preseason game with the Niners and Raiders, and NFL said we're not doing that no more, just because there were so many fights. If you remember
Yes.
that,
Yes.
yeah. But it's always a lot of fun. There's always a lot of shit talking between friends when the Niners play the Raiders. So too
Yeah,
bad.
both
Too bad they
teams have
left.
got hard fan bases.
Yeah. So have you gone to the new stadium in Las Vegas yet?
I have not, but I have seen it
Yeah, I've seen the outside, but haven't seen the inside yet. But
live.
that was pretty cool that we had the Super Bowl there just a couple weeks or last month, right?
Right, right. I knew the Niners were gonna lose.
I mean, being that that Casey's in our division, and being from the Bay, I think who are you rooting for?
I was voting for Casey.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
always gonna vote against the Niners. It's just
Of course,
it's a natural habit.
I just wanted to get it done with. I didn't want to hear about it anymore. So yeah, that's yeah. I was really fascinated when I saw that you're a Raiders fan because being also a Raiders fan, that's just awesome. So again, I want to thank you for your recent shoot. We dropped it last Friday, and you do have an upcoming shoot, I think next week with Connor Cox. So would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself and what are some hobbies that you have when you're not working?
So, as everybody knows, at least those who have watched the scene, I am Filipino and Puerto Rican. Um, I am 25 years old. I am the oldest of six. And so part of my hobbies include spending time with my little brothers. I'm also the only girl, so spend time with them. I like painting. Um, Anything artistic. Like I love music and I love breaking down music compositions. Crocheting, which is kind of an old woman's habit, but I like making blankets.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah.
I have a Cricut maker, so I like making vinyl T-shirts. I do so for my partner's company because he owns a company as well. So I do all of his merchandise for him, and it's like therapeutic in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So you just shared that you are half Filipina. So did you grow up in a Filipina household, like a
No,
traditional?
I did. I'm third generation,
Oh,
so we're
okay.
very Americanized.
Yeah, and I just shared that in a recent podcast episode that now that we're in 2024, we're seeing a lot of more third, fourth generation Filipinas and Filipinos, since it's been so long since Filipinos have been coming here to the States.
Exactly. Yeah, and especially in California, everyone is
Yeah,
pretty much settled in as far as like the Filipino culture goes.
exactly. Yeah, and there's let's just say where I'm at right now, the city over, there's a shitload of Filipinos, a lot of Filipinos where I'm at right now. You probably know where I'm talking about, and it's not Daly City.
Yeah, now I know. Now
I'm
I
on
know.
the other side, so I'm pretty sure you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We got the seafood city. We got the Island Pacific. We got a ton of Filipino restaurants. So I usually go out there to get my groceries just because where I'm at it's so expensive.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah. So do you
Oh,
know
so
any?
you reside in the Bay.
Yeah, I'm here in the Bay right now.
Nice.
Yep. I was actually born raised here. I lived in the Philippines when I was younger for a couple years.
Oh
Um,
shit.
but yeah, when I yeah, you sharing that you're from the Bay, and it's funny because I've ran into a lot of other folks in the industry that are from the Bay Area, and it's always nice to see folks from the Bay representing.
Right, exactly. So you're very aware of the fact that like even Bay Area Filipinos are very different from the rest of the Filipinos throughout the states.
Oh
As
yeah,
in
for
we're
sure.
more Bay Area cultured than anything else.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I grew up also during the whole hyphy movement, so
Yes.
a lot of partying. We dance a little different. You know what I'm saying?
We do
So,
dance a little different.
so it was a lot of fun growing up in that culture. And I mean, the Bay Area has a lot of good things out here. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. So
Definitely.
did you party a lot out here in the city?
Not so much in the city. I stayed more towards the East Bay. I'm from the East Bay.
Okay.
So a lot of my partying was in that area. I was a city nights kid,
City
definitely.
nights. Yeah.
I'm showing my age a little bit.
I remember City Nights was the only club that you could get in at 18, right?
Yeah, and under sometimes if you know
Yeah,
the
if you knew the
boundaries.
promoter, yeah, the bouncer promoter, yeah, exactly, yeah. I did a lot of Temple, Holy Cow.
Okay.
Yeah, Holy Cow
Okay.
gets a
I
little
never made
ratchet
it to
though.
Holy Cow.
Yeah, it's probably better. It gets a little crazy over there. But it was like $5 to get in, so I mean, it was always fun.
Oh, that's lit. Yeah, city nights was like what, like 20, 25?
Yeah, exactly. But I never did City Nights just because I started going to the clubs when I was a little older, like my mid 20s. So I always did Temple. That was our thing. First one's there, last one out. Yeah, we partied hard. Always get a room out there in the city, and just it was better not to drive back to the East Bay, from
Oh
the
no,
city.
see, I was crazy. I did the drive.
Oh, I've done it many times and I regret it. So it's always the hardest part was always the tunnel, right? And
Oh, 1,000%. No, right after the tunnel, coming right out of the Caldecott into Oakland.
yeah, that big
I
ass churn.
hate those wines. Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. Oh my God. Especially at night. It's ridiculous. And don't let it be raining.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the one thing I'm tired about here in the Bay Area is the traffic. It's like Saturday, Sunday, nighttime. Everywhere you go, it's always traffic. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's worse than LA, maybe, or
I
just as
would
bad.
like to say so at this point, and I didn't realize that. I always argued against it. Like, no, the base traffic's bad, but it's not that bad. LA's worse. Um, my last time flying into SFO,
Uh-huh.
I flew in at about 1:30 p.m. I didn't make it out of San Francisco because of the traffic until 4:30.
Oh, I'm sure it took you at least an hour and a half just to get to the bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, trust me. I know. I was just there the other night, and it was 12 o'clock, and it was traffic.
Yeah, I reached the Caldecott at like 4:30. Yeah, and then I didn't get home until I want to say like 5:52, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
That would be really, really funny if like we're neighbors. But of course, we're not going to talk about that here on the podcast. We're not going to give our addresses
We
away.
very well could be is the craziest part about it, but yeah.
I always say it's a small world.
It is. It is a very small world. I believe, yeah, you probably heard about the case back in 2021, a little daunting, or maybe it was 2022. I think it was 22 actually. Um, the girl that went missing, it ended up being her boyfriend killing her.
Wow. Yeah. She's Filipino, right?
Yes,
Um, I I know the name.
Alexis.
Alexis Gabe.
I went to, I was in school with her freshman year.
Wow, we are neighbors, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that was a sad story. Yeah, you're right. And they didn't get any answers to the
No,
murder
they didn't.
because
They're
they had to
airing her
shoot the guy.
documentary on ID March 6th.
Really? Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Mhm.
watch that. That really shocked that town because I mean, that's a really quiet town too.
Very quiet. The last murder I can recall in that town was a shooting, gang related. You know, they have those little spurs here and there with the Hispanics. And that was all the way in what 2019.
Yeah, I mean, it's for argument's sake, it's pretty quiet out that way, you know.
Very quiet. Very quiet.
But you're
Um,
next to the yuck, you know, so it gets, you know what I'm talking about, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah. You know, the Section 8 babies.
yeah, I mean, it was actually a nice town back in the days, Antioch, but
I
you know,
know.
I mean, Deer Valley, if you ever heard of it, I'm sure you have. That was
I
always
have.
the nice high school, all the Filipinas, all the white girls, you know. And that quickly changed, but you know, I was able to get out of there. So, luckily.
There's been a couple of good athletes to come out of Deer Valley, though.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Well, actually Oakley, right? From Freedom, Bengals, running back,
I
right?
went to school with Mixon. He was 2 grades above
Mixon,
me.
Joe Mixon, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Joe Mixon, yep, yeah. And there's
Yes.
one more that went to Antioch and then transferred to
Najee Harris.
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I know of them.
So that's my age group.
Okay, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you said you're 25, so yeah.
Yeah, that's my age group. I was a sophomore when Joe was a senior, and he was actually a triathlete in high school, and he was a beast.
Oh, I'm sure, you know, in high school, if
Um,
you're a star in one sport, you're good in everything, right?
he was basketball, football, and track and field.
Well, everyone knew that he was going to make it to the big show
Hmm.
when he got out of high school. Everyone knew. Everyone was already talking about him when he was in high school. So,
I believe he had 51 or 52 D1 offers by the time he hit his senior year.
and I think ended up going to Oklahoma, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know of him. Yeah, that was a pretty good story coming straight out of the small town.
Yep, that's how they do it, though. Our school is a very D1 bound school. They breed stars.
Yeah, yeah,
We had a few
exactly.
people come out of our school in a few different fields. We had a Ronnie Banks too, who's an actor.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard
Yeah,
of him. Yep.
we made a few. We made a
Yeah.
few, and then there's me. I can't wait for the
There's
10th year reunion.
Kalani Luana, straight out of the bank.
My 10 year comes up in 2 years.
10 years since.
Graduation.
Oh wow, yeah. Time just flies, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you growing up, did you kick it with a lot of Filipinos?
No, I actually hung out with more Hispanics.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know there's a lot of Filipinos out that way too.
Mm-hmm. There are, yes, yes, yes. And I was friends with them. They were like school friends, but outside of school, I hung out with more Hispanics. Like, 'cause I was in band in middle school and stuff like that. So, all of us get into that. I played the flute and percussion.
You're the band girl, huh?
Yeah. One time at band camp,
Yeah, that's exactly where we're going with this, right?
my mom actually didn't let me go to band camp because of that movie. And at that age, I hadn't seen that movie. So I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. But she was like, no, you're not going to band
No,
camp.
we're not getting any band camp stories.
No, I didn't get any band camp stories. I wish.
So I'm curious. I mean, have you been to the Philippines before?
No, I've never traveled outside of the US.
Wow. So have you? I mean, do you ever want to go back to the Philippines and see your
I
roots?
do. I do. I really do. I want to see the world in the near future. I got some things to tie up domestically first, but following that, I will be sightseeing, and that will be my first destination.
Now,
And
are there
then,
any places? Oh, did you say Bali?
yeah, I want to go to Bali after.
Oh yeah, it's a nice place. We have another site that a lot of shoots are out there. Our guy does a lot of shoots out there, and it's just a great place.
Nice. Yeah, it's beautiful landscape, beautiful scenery.
It is, and it's not that far from the Philippines either.
Exactly. It's like two
Yeah,
birds, one stone.
yeah, you could just hop on a boat and hit up the Philippines while you're there.
I'm not scared of boats. I know how to swim.
There you go. So, let's touch up a little bit on your adult career. whatever got you into, how did you get into it?
I was already in the sex work field, and at the time I had started doing porn. I was already selling my own videos. So before OnlyFans existed, as you know, there was the Snapchat Premium girls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was one of the first Snapchat Premium girls.
Okay.
So I was actually, and God, I miss those days. I hate talking about this because then I was selling 10-minute sex tapes for $80.
That's way more than what you'll get on mini vids, right?
Exactly. Um, Welcome to the OnlyFans era. But yeah, back then, homemade videos were a lot more valuable.
Yeah.
So, especially from girls that weren't porn stars per se. So, I was getting about anywhere from like 8 to 10 sales a day. Sometimes I'd hit the 12, 15 range, and I was selling everything for $80. It didn't matter if it was boy, girl, blowjob, solo. I was $80. $80.
Not
They were
bad.
5 minutes 50. Um, so I was already selling my own videos, and then one day I was scrolling on Instagram, and this girl that I had followed that was kind of like a sex work mentor per se,
Uh-huh.
also a retired porn star. Um, she had posted something about basically like a casting call.
Uh-huh.
They're net video girls. And so I'm like, huh, I might as well do porn. It's gonna gain more traffic to like my personal stuff, and then I'm gonna make more sales. And yeah, so it was kind of just simple math to me. And I reached out to her. She responded back within 30 minutes. She FaceTimed me to make sure I wasn't a catfish. As soon
Uh-huh.
as she got on the FaceTime, she was like, okay, well, the producer loves your look, so he wants to meet you. Are you in LA? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, can you meet him tonight? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, cool. So met the producer that same night, and then he told me to go to talent testing, basically gave me the whole rundown of like how shoots work and everything, how much I'll be getting paid, all that stuff. I went to go get tested the next day, and 2 days after that I was on set.
Wow. So of course you weren't with an agency at the time, right?
No.
And now you're with one on one, right?
Correct.
Cool, cool. Thanks for sharing that. So how long have you been represented with or have been with one on one?
I actually just signed with them in April of 2023. But I love them. I will definitely be extending my stay.
Oh, sounds good. So you were self repping or self booking for a long time.
Yes. So for my first, I want to say, see, I started October 2018, 2019, 2020. I want to say for my first 2 years, I was self booking. Technically, though, my first 4 years, because I signed with the VIP Connect.
Okay.
And I signed with them because they were the alleged, only women owned and operated agency. So I was like, okay, that sounds cool. It doesn't sound like anyone's gonna like fuck me over or try to like force me to suck dick for scenes. I heard those stories.
Uh,
So I went with them, and I was signed with them until October of 2021, when somebody else informed me that the owner of the agency decided to close down the agency without informing any of us, packed up and moved to Europe.
oh wow.
But within that entire time, they didn't give me a single booking anyway, so still self booking.
Yeah, I guess it really depends, right?
Yeah, it was very shaky. I wouldn't even say it was shaky because again, they didn't get me any bookings, so I had very minimal involvement with them. But I heard the further reasons as to why things happened abruptly the way they did, and it made sense. And I was just kind of glad that I wasn't intertwined in it.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm curious, when you're self booking, do big studios still tend to book you? Were you getting bookings with like, the bigger studios at the time?
Um, I wouldn't say that I was getting like super, super big studios, but I was still getting some pretty good names on my own.
Okay.
Um, so it still worked out. I even had an incident where I did self book with Bang Bros. However, the shoot got rescheduled because of the weather. Literally, like I was there, I promise, it was on set, and then it started thunderstorming, and they were like, "We can't do the scene anymore because you're supposed to be on the Bang bus." And the rain is beating down on the bus, and so we can't do it. So
Yeah.
they ended up sending me back home and rescheduling, and then it just never happened.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people don't understand is that, weather can mess up a shoot up,
That
really
fast.
bad.
Yeah.
Like we've had shoots where, what we were intending to do just couldn't happen because of the rain or something. So sometimes we got to check the forecast before we make those scripts or plan for the shoot.
Sometimes even that's not enough though, because in certain areas such as Florida where they're located,
Yeah,
the
hurricanes.
forecast can tell you it's sunny and in 5 minutes it's pouring fucking cats and dogs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's happened to us with some Florida shoots in the past where, we didn't know it was going to rain, then it just started pouring down and, the shoot didn't go as planned, but, we still got something of it.
Right. But
So I'm curious, what misconceptions do you think people have about your your profession?
um some of my favorite ones just from like
Pretty much, what
both.
do the haters got to say sometimes?
Okay, yeah. See, I like the very trolly comments because I personally am a troll at heart. So I really like the all porn stars are dirty. I love that. I love that sex workers are dirty
That's a good one. Yeah,
in
yeah,
the general eye because we test over 10 times more than the average vanilla person would.
yeah,
Most people don't get tested unless they feel a symptom, and most people are asymptomatic.
yeah,
So
yeah,
um, there's that. Not only that, but we take the extra step to properly prep ourselves before scenes, like, properly cleaning ourselves out thoroughly prior to sets,
yeah.
which most people don't do before sex. Some people
Just
jump
go
into
at it.
bed right after a 10-hour shift. Uh,
Exactly.
that's one of them. My next favorite one, and I always love to kill this one when it's like directly said to me, is that like women that have a lot of sex or like that take a lot of big dicks or like are just getting fucked, their vaginas get loose. And I love to tell men that vaginal looseness has negative 99% to do with penis. Because if a woman's vagina is capable of pushing out an entire human being and still snapping back afterwards,
Yeah,
the penis is not, it's not a percentage of that human body size.
yeah. I would say, yeah, I agree.
And when I put it that way, it's so funny because the second I finish the sentence, all of the men's light bulbs just go on and they're like, oh, wow, I never thought of it that way. Wow, you might be right. Yeah, it might be, right?
Yeah, I mean it's science, right? So I mean,
It is. Another one is that um we're all being forced to do things or that we hate our lives because we're doing porn, and I think it's quite the latter because while that can be the case for some people, they have traumas or insecurities that caused them to do this. That's not the mass majority, and a lot of us very much so love our lives and our lifestyles, and that's exactly what this is. It's more than a career; it is a lifestyle. Um,
yes.
so we're 100% choosing to do this, and when we have a smile on our face, it's not a forced smile. I genuinely do smile while sucking penises.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let
One
me
of my
tell you
favorite
that.
hobbies I forgot to mention.
There you go. But it's like, are you the kind of person that will answer dumb comments online or on social media, or do you kind of just let it slide?
If I do answer it, I answer it in a very humorous stance. So a comment on the internet could never actually upset me or get to me. I
Uh,
don't lose sleep over comments. So when I am responding, it's genuinely me trolling back. And 9 times out of 10, I would think it's obvious, but of course, there's some people where common sense isn't common. So then
or
they think I'm
somebody
being
just seeking
serious, and
attention,
then I'm laughing even harder because now they think I'm mad, and it's just, it's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Well, it's like for the most part, I do handle like I was the one you were talking to, obviously on Instagram. I help out. I help a lot with social media, so I get to see all the comments, and I've learned just to sometimes just let it go. Just don't even answer them. Don't give them the time. It's not even worth it because You can only imagine what kind of comments we get all over.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
But
there are certain comments where I'm like, this is just so ignorant that yeah, just I can't entertain
it's just stupid. So it's like, forget it.
this.
I'm not even gonna block you because they're probably gonna screenshot that Trike Patrol blocked them, and now they're gonna get the laugh out of it. Nope, I'm just gonna leave it alone. So I've learned just to, don't even waste my time.
To know Kalani Luana is to know her block button is very trigger happy. I also block people with a smile on my face though. But usually the blocking isn't from like, okay, you just said something to me. It's more so like either you blew up my phone, just being dumb, or sometimes I'm not gonna lie, if you blew up my phone in the middle of the night, like at the oddest hour while I'm asleep, like I have over 100 pictures on Instagram. You do not need to like every single one and then like every single story in my highlights. I'm gonna block you. If it
Sure.
woke me up, I'm gonna block you.
Well, I've learned to go on the silent mode, especially on Instagram, because I would get calls, because I have it, obviously on my phone, so they can make calls on Instagram or Facebook. So I've learned just to put it on silent mode.
Maybe I should do that. But and then the other one is just very disturbing comments, because there are some people that will leave very just like not mentally sane comments, and it's like,
Just
okay, like,
dumbass comments, simple as that.
no, 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 past dumbass.
Oh,
So for
I mean, can
example,
you? Is there such thing as such, past dumbass? I mean, I would think that's
it,
all. That's the
there's
max.
like sick in the head and not in a legal way.
Okay. Okay.
Um, for example, the day that I had, posted that promo for the Raiders merchandise, and
Uh-huh.
I had posted the throwback photos of me in Raiders merch as a kid. Um, Somebody decided to respond to it and say, now mind you, I made it clear that I was underage. I was
Uh-huh.
throwback, like, and not only that, but it's very visible I was premature in the pictures. It's very
Yeah.
obvious. Someone said something along the lines of, oh my god, you was so sexy, I would have fucked the shit out of you.
Yeah. That's kind of nasty, right?
I had to block. That was very concerning for me, because even though yes, I am a adult of consenting age now, you were referencing the 14-year-old, 12-year-old me,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
that doesn't sit right with my spirit. So I have to block and report your account, because that tells me that you're targeting minors on the internet. Sorry. Um, so yeah, I gotta block you.
Yeah. It's better you block it because that kind of comment could end up getting your account blocked. So yeah, you're right. It's better just to block it, report it, and move on.
Or like another one where I actually just recently got this one. Someone was like, "Your dog is so adorable. I killed my dog 3 weeks ago."
Why would what? Why even
Why
say
would
that?
you say that?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of I
So like,
mean,
there's actually like not okay in the head people, and
oh,
those
there's a
ones
lot of
I
that.
I have to block them for my own mental capacity and sake. Um, I can't see those types of comments. Those
Yeah.
ones, if you want to trigger me, if you want a fast pass to being blocked on all social media platforms, those comments will be the jackpot winners.
Yeah, maybe I got to learn how to block because like last week I got into it like 10 comments on Instagram with some dumbass just being stupid. And it's probably better just to block and move on, right? But I guess I was defending our brand, but at the same time it's better just to don't even get into it, right? Because it's not going to get anywhere. Some people just aren't all there. So it's not even worth the argument. It's just not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, my favorite comments are the "Your father must be so proud."
Oh, yeah, we get like two, three of those a day. YouTube, Instagram,
I haven't gotten
Twitter's
one
been
in
pretty quiet.
months.
What was that?
I haven't gotten one in months, because those are my favorite comments to troll back on, and people usually are left without a response to give. So people learn not to pull that card with me. You can't tell me that my family's proud of me, because I'll call my grandmother, put her on speaker, and she will show you my business card in her hand.
Hey, at the end of the day, you're working, right? You're making your money. That's all.
She
We're-
flaunts it off. She's like, "Yeah, this is my granddaughter," just pussy out and everything. I'm like, "Grandma, we're at all. Relax."
There you go. So, what are some positive experience that you have had while working in the adult industry?
I would say 99% of my experiences in the industry have been positive. I'm very fortunate to say that I haven't had too many bad run-ins on and off set overall.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've made a lot of friends in the industry. I've gotten to travel a lot and experience cities that I didn't experience before being in the industry. Once upon a time, that travel was compensated. So I was traveling on companies' dimes at that.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
upon a time, I could say I was traveling for free. Like I was seeing the world for
Uh-huh.
free. But, OnlyFans era killed that. Shout out those girls.
Yeah.
Now we all pay for our flights. Um, well, except for you guys, actually. Shout out you guys. You guys compensated me, real ones. I appreciate that. Now that I
Are
think of it.
are you talking about Trike Patrol?
Yes.
Oh, for your trip next I'm sorry, for your shoot next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and that was the first time in a long time. I think you guys and Hookup Hotshot were the ones to compensate me in the last, I don't know how many years.
Well, it's like, so I'll be completely honest with you. I think it was Tom Yum. He about last month he said, "Hey, have you checked out this chick named Kalani Luana?" And we're like, "No, not yet. We saw you." I sent it over to the CEO of this company. He was like, "Oh, get her shot right away. I don't care what it takes. Get her shot again." And so really, you should this should be your third TP shoot next week. And sadly, our other producer out in LA, as you said, he got sick. So I think he did mention that. I just totally forgot. But hey, at least you got another shoot next week with Connor. As I said, you're gonna have a lot of fun with him. He's gonna take care of you. He's a great guy.
Yes, he seems like an absolute sweetheart. Even when he reached out to me, I was just like, oh yes, he seems so warm and bubbly. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. So here's an interesting question. How do you deal with the potential stigma or judgments from your audience or the general public? I guess it kind of goes back to the question earlier, but I mean, we all know that
I
there's a stigma, right?
I don't pay attention to it. To be 100% honest with you, the stigmas, the judgment, they don't affect me. Not in my career, not in my personal life.
Uh,
Um, I am personally someone that is very secure within myself.
yeah.
So again, as I told you before the interview started, I'm an open book.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I run life with the mindset of nobody can expose me if I've already exposed myself. So anything that comes with that exposure, such as judgment,
Uh-huh.
um, it's not it's not killing me. I don't have any bruises. I have my roof over my head. I have a nice roof over my head. My home is furnished. I am definitely fed. I have all the weed in the world I could possibly need. Um,
There you go.
I have investment accounts.
Uh-huh.
I have a beautiful car. I have everything I could possibly want. I have the cutest little fur baby, my little Pomeranian boy Emiliano. So that's what matters to me. The judgment, I always, and it's not to, I do believe bullying is a real thing.
It is.
However, I've never been I've never been one to believe in cyberbullying being something that could affect me because I feel like I could just log off and those people go away.
Uh-huh.
And the real world is still right here. Nobody's bullying me in the real world because people are usually only that bold on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right about, those that judge, they're not paying for your bills. They're not putting a roof over your head. They're not putting food on your table. So do you, right?
And the people that are helping make that happen, the supporters, the companies that book me, the fans that, help support me to keep me going and keep me shooting, they are the ones that are contributing to these bills and to all of these things, and they very rarely have anything negative to say.
Because they appreciate your work. They appreciate your
Exactly.
beauty.
So I understand that any negative opinion is 10 times out of 10 an unpaid one.
Yeah, exactly. Like I told somebody the other day, hey, you're not even a member. You're not contributing to this company. You're not doing anything. So I mean, it doesn't really matter what you got to say, bro. So I told him straight up,
Exactly.
I mean, if it's a member, then yeah, we'll listen to you. Of course, we'll listen to you because we
Exactly, because at
always
that point it's constructive criticism. You want people to get what they pay for.
exactly. Yes. Yeah. And it's always nice to hear from the fans, from our members, what they want to see because they're the ones paying the bills, you know?
Exactly. They're the ones keeping the show running. So
Exactly.
yes, I 1,000% want to hear what they want to say. And that's not to say I don't want to hear what everyone else has to say, but if I don't want to hear it, I don't have to.
Exactly, exactly. So here's a very really good question that I like to ask a lot of industry folks. What advice would you give someone considering a career in the adult entertainment
Do
or
your
the adult
research.
industry? Do your research. Yeah,
Do
that's a
your
good one.
research 100%. Educate yourself. I think in life in general, to be aware is to be alive, but especially in this industry, there's a lot of people that jump into it because they see it as like, especially nowadays, a trend, or like, they see girls posting all of the like luxury aspects
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
or like, even the guys, like, the guys like to jazz it up a lot too.
of course.
They don't see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, so they think it's all glitz and glamour and all this fun. And it's a very fun industry, but at the same time, it is also a job, it's a career, it's
It
work.
is. Yeah,
And just like any other job, there is some bullshit that comes with it now and again. There are some days where you're not going to want to get up and do stuff, but you have to, because the difference between this is in a 9 to 5 is nobody's clocking your schedule. You determine your income. So
exactly.
you have to be self-disciplined, you have to be motivated, you should be very smart with your money. Aside from educating yourself on the industry, you should educate yourself on financial literacy, because a lot of people's problem with fast money is they lose it as quick as they get it, and this is one of those more fast money industries. um, so you don't want to run yourself dry for no reason. You should always have an exit plan. um, Find people in the industry that you click with and can trust. um, I personally would recommend going with an agency, but if you can secure the big bookings off of self booking, do it. I do think that an agency is a lot better because, again, you're a part of that community, that group.
Yeah.
You have more
Uh-huh.
security. Your agents are in network with all of the companies that are probably on your goal list. So they can push you to those companies a lot quicker. And a lot of the bigger companies prefer to book through agencies versus self bookers because there's less bullshit that comes with it. So I do recommend the agency route. And yeah, financial literacy and do your research.
You're right about the financial part because a lot of these girls will come into this industry and they'll make 100,000 in the first year, right? I'm sure a lot too. But at the end of the day, you're not paying taxes every time you get that payment, right? So you're gonna have to pay taxes at the end of the year. So you made 100,000. Now it's time to pay the IRS 20, 30,000, and you ain't got it
Because you spent it all.
because you spent it all. Yep, exactly. So
Not
yeah,
only
thank
that,
you for
but you
sharing
didn't
that.
track your expenses for your write-offs because you are an independent contractor in this industry. So
Exactly.
you're getting 1099s and W-4s. So therefore, being a model, you can write off virtually any expense as long as it is related to your work day.
Yeah, makeup, clothes, gas, everything. So
Beauty. As far as like, lashes, nails, waxes, you have to wax to be on set. Transportation, food, flights, hotels.
it adds up.
Um, Everything adds up. Tests fall into medical.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing. That's really nice that you share that, especially the financial part, because I'm sure a lot of these girls, they get screwed on the first year at the end of the year. So yeah,
Yes, save your money. Save your money. Do not let your money make you.
exactly.
That's where a lot
So
of people end up upset with themselves
yeah, and you can't take it back. You spend all that money, it ain't coming back, right?
at all.
And what happens is, for your first year, I always feel like the talents, models get the most bookings in the first year. Do you agree?
Generally speaking, yes. However, I would say this last year I had would be my most productive shoot year, and that was my fifth year.
Oh, great. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. But that was my first year with an agency that actually did their job. So
Yeah,
again,
101, they're a big agency. I'm sure we shot a lot of models that are with your agent or with your agency. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're a great agency.
yeah, they're great people. I haven't had issues with them. They've secured me a lot of really good bookings. Every time I fly out to LA, they have something on my schedule. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So where can our listeners find your content, and do you wish to share any socials so our listeners can follow you?
My Instagram is Kalani Luana. My Twitter is Kalani Luana _3x. If you visit iamkalaniluana.com, you will find all of my links, including those two social media platforms, or you can Google my name.
There you go. You guys heard it. And of course, check out her most recent TP scene that was dropped last Friday. And of course, as mentioned, she has another TP scene coming up next week. So be on the lookout.
Yes, stay tuned.
All right. Well, it was my pleasure talking to you. I had a lot of fun, Kalani. So again, thank you for coming here on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care, Kalani.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.